All right, thank you, everybody. Good to see you all here in the room and online. So again, Dana Bergdorf, I'm an assistant city manager. The last time we were together was late January, I think, for our first gathering of the coordinators. So thank you all again for volunteering or being voluntold, as the case may be, to help us out this year with the United Way campaign. We had, when we were here last, we had Leah King come and talk to us about, as the executive director for the United Way of Tarrant County, how important that work is to the city. So just want to emphasize that again, that this really is a great partnership that's been going on for many, many years, where the city and its employees have raised funds to support United Way. And there's a number of other employers who do so as well in Tarrant County. In fact, we were just talking about, do we want to have a little competition maybe with Tarrant County or maybe the city of Arlington? So we'll look into some of that. But we've got a lot of exciting things to talk about this afternoon. And so if y'all don't mind, partly for my benefit, if you wouldn't mind just again introducing yourselves and what department you're with, just so we can get a sense of who's here. So let me start over here in the front. Keith Chisholm. Oh yeah, sorry. You gotta. Oh, I apologize. I just realized the microphone's not gonna capture everybody.
Speak loud.
I'm Keith Chisholm, Public Works.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Marcy.
Cherie Gordon with Economic Development.
Okay, thank you, Cherie. Thank you, Brenda.
Karen Paul.
All right, thank you, Karen.
Allison Wright.
Nice, thanks, Allison.
Karen Stummer, Park and Recreation.
All right, thank you, Karen.
Monty Hall, Transportation Work.
All right, Monty, thank you.
Stephanie Jones Newland with Financial Management Services.
All right,
Don Terry with Financial Management
all right, thank you both.
Haley Ballinger with the Fire Department.
Oh, great, thank you, Haley.
Al Henderson, Diversity and Inclusion.
All right, great, thanks, Al.
Tyler.
All right,
Jared Thompson, Code Compliance.
all right, thanks, code team.
Jennifer Library.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. All right, so for folks online, can you go ahead and jump in and tell us who you are? What department?
My name is Amar Thakrar. I'm covering for Keenan Hall for City Attorney's Office.
All right, so I heard City Attorney's Office subbing for Keenan Hall.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Joanne Brown,
Property
Show me the
management.
pictures.
Great, thank you, Joanne.
Hi, this is Mary Russell with Public Events at Will Rogers.
All right, thank you.
Monica Science with the Aviation Department.
Okay, thanks, Monica.
Janet Alarcon from the Municipal Court.
All right, thank you,
We gotta
Jeanette.
fix it.
Scott James.
Morgan Communication Public Engagement.
Okay, thank you.
Christy
Charles,
Bilbo
okay,
with
Heather. Oh, I missed that. What was it, Christy? Oh, with water? Thank you, Christy. I got it.
Rose Charles Code Compliance.
All right, another code. Okay, do we, anybody else?
Janie Morales, Development Services.
Oh, good. Thank you, Janie. All right,
Very
thank you.
tragic with the fire department.
Oh, good. Another fire. Okay, good. Thank you.
Finance Department.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Carissa Williams, Finance Department.
Oh, great. Thank you, Carissa.
Hmm.
Yeah, Amanda Ray is also online from Communications.
Or HR.
HR Communications.
Okay, great. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you guys for going through that. It's just helpful to know who's able to be here and who's not. And that way we can follow up in case there's information that would be helpful to folks who couldn't be here today. All right. So with that.
Dana?
Oh, yes, sir.
Richard Zavala, Planning and Data Analytics Department.
Yes. I love that. Richard Zavala. Karen Stumer's laughing at you.
She should be. I'm gonna mute, so I don't mess anything up.
Gonna mute? Good. All right. All right, I got you down, Richard. Thanks so much. All right, well, with that, I'll turn it over to Carlo and Brenda to talk about our kickoff.
All right, thank you, Dana. We are so excited to have an awesome kickoff that we're planning here. You can see on the screen, so here's just a rundown of kind of what the game plan for today. We're going to talk a little bit about the run of different activities that we have and why, again, we know why we're doing this. Leah King came last time, but this is a rundown of the fun things that we have planned. So I'm going to talk about the first really fun thing we have planned, and that is the employee kickoff. We are working to, and we're already getting signups. Raise your hand if you got an email about the kickoff, about getting your booth. Okay, keep your hand up if you have already submitted your booth plan. Couple people? Okay, who's doing food? Anybody out there doing food? Couple people, what food? Let's do your little promo. What are you doing for food? Elotes. Okay, we got elotes, corn. World famous hamburgers. Okay, what makes it so world famous? Does someone in Canada have them? Oh, you have made them in Kuwait. Okay, so technically they're internationally world famous. Okay. Okay, all right. They're the first threat in the United Way experience here today. Anybody else doing food? I saw another hand back there. Popcorn machine, hot dogs. Okay, that's good. Anybody else doing crafts or non-food stuff? Yes, ma'am. Fire's doing crafts. Okay.
Parks Department is gonna be doing a sticky Ricky for $5. You can buy a foot of duct tape to tape Richard's of all.
So Parks just doing sticky Ricky. For $5, you can buy a roll. Is it a roll of duct tape?
A foot.
You buy a foot of duct tape. So for $5, you buy a foot of duct tape. You hear that, folks? And then you can, if you work collectively, you can stick Richard Zavala to a bridge, post. I don't know where he wants to be. And Richard, are you willing? I know you're online, Richard Zavala. Are you ready and willing to be subject to this?
I said I would do it as long as somebody takes me down later. Don't leave me there overnight.
Rich, that's right. Yeah. You can pay to have Richard not get stuck, and then you go back and forth. So, anybody else crafts? I saw. Yes, ma'am.
The library.
You're gonna do a game. Okay, library doing a game. Excellent. Anybody else? Any thoughts on what you might be doing? Because here's the thing: we don't want to have 10 different people selling world famous hamburgers. So we're probably going to save a couple spots for like burgers and fries and hot dogs, and a couple spots for baked goods. So claim your spot as soon as you can. You can just email me or reply to your email. We have some folks doing games, some doing food and beverage. We haven't had anybody selling bottles of water yet that I know of. And I know everybody's going to probably want water. So that's probably an easy way to make money. The first couple people to reply to me, we can take the water. And then we have some folks doing crafts, another good thing. This is a chance too, y'all, to do some staff development. I bet there's somebody in your department that has a hidden skill or talent or make something. So it may be a chance for you to get to know somebody in your department a little bit better, and then see what skills they have that you can use to raise money for a great cause. So again, mark your calendars. This will be April 6th from 11:30 to 1:30. So this is the lunchtime hour. So be sure, and I think we're going to, have we sent a save the date out to y'all yet? No, we're going to send a save the date to all City of Fort Worth employees from City Manager David Cook. So it's on their calendars. So if you could help reiterate, maybe you could do it as a staff lunch, have your staff support your booth. If you're going to have a booth out there, it's a great way to get people out there and have some fun. Again, 11:30 to 1:30. It'll be outside in the current City Hall Plaza. We'll be on the north end across from the court building. That'll kind of be the main, and then we'll go east and west, kind of wrapping around the breezeway, about halfway down the breezeway. So yes, ma'am. So the question was, can you pick where your booth is? I think once we have everyone, we'll kind of arrange you strategically. Some people will need, the popcorn people will need power. So we'll try and put you close to a plug. So once we have a lay of the land, we'll know kind of best where to put people. But if you have a preference on where you'd like to be, just email me and we'll try to get you in there. Okay. So each department, we're asking to have at least one booth. We're going to invite all 7,500 employees. And so this takes a lot of manpower or woman power. And we've got the woman right here whose birthday coincidentally is in the month of March. So we celebrate all month long. I know I'm married to my wife does the same thing. So Brenda is going to now give us a plea for volunteers for manpower. Yes, ma'am.
So we invite 7,500 employees. What is the usual traffic?
Good question. Anybody with more experience than I have, or anybody online, feel free to jot it in the chat. Dana, do you have any suggestions on guidance?
We haven't done one in 6 years.
Can you repeat the question?
I think a couple hundred, for those of you online, who can't hear.
Is that the question?
And what department were you in? So code compliance said they're gonna send all 300 people and make it mandatory to come to this. So those of you online, get ready. I saw that municipal courts is doing salads. So you better buy a lot of iceberg lettuce, because there's gonna be a lot of people wanting good food. 300, so we think in the course of the day, could you have 500, 800 people pop by? What do you think? What's last year or the previous years? Any idea? No idea. All right, so we're setting the bar. We're setting the bar. Okay, there's a hand raised. Go ahead. I can't read your name on there, but go ahead if you want to unmute and ask your
Carlos,
question.
this is Janie with Development Services.
Yes, ma'am.
For us to sell water and other non-alcoholic beverages, what do we need to do?
So you just tell me that you're going to sell water and go to Sam's or Costco and load up. And I would try to find a way to make it cold because it'll probably be hot. So if there's a way you can put it in your departmental fridge or a big ice cooler or a chest or something. So just let me know and then you'll have the dibs on the water.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
I already emailed you. I said
thank you.
water and other drinks like
You got
Coke,
it. Yes,
Sprite.
sir.
So that you know, we don't have a hamburger meal deal.
Okay, so
We don't have a hamburger, chips, and so.
So I gotta tell you, the ante has been up. Not only is it world famous hamburgers, it's a world famous hamburger meal deal where it will be a combo. You could get chips and a drink. So early promoting ABC, right? Always be closing. All right, anybody else?
Hey, Carlos, question.
Yes, question, go ahead.
For those that might be making food, there's be a health permit requirement.
Yes, so the question
So everything
was,
needs, everything needs to be.
from the ultimate rule maker, Richard Zavala, a rule follower, Richard Zavala asked about a health permit. Now, fortunately, since this is a invitation only private event, we've got a little more latitude, and the people that control the health permits will all be at the event enjoying it. So there'll be no one to inspect any of the mobile vendors. But what we'll ask, and I was in the food business before, so for any person selling or doing anything with food or handling food, please be sure and bring gloves and make sure that if you're cooking burgers, for example, just make sure that it's at temperature. If you have a question about what that means, let me know and I can connect you with someone in code. We just want to make sure everybody's safe. And so I'll be making sure that food handling techniques are documented or at least complied with. I don't think we need to get a health permit for every single booth. That could be okay.
We're not going to need one. If it's an invitation only and not open to the public, we don't need a health permit.
But perception is reality.
Just make sure, take care of.
Perception is reality. So we want to make sure that everybody's safe. Yes, sir.
The person who's in the world famous hamburger cook is certified. On a test.
Oh, wow. Okay. So the famous international hamburger maker has printed up a certification in his basement and will put it on front of his table. I'm not sure if that's valid in the city of Fort Worth. It's valid in Kuwait. It's valid in Fort Worth. So we're good. Okay. Through code compliance. Thank you, sir. Any other questions about food or the booth? So we'll have hopefully at least 26 booths. Some departments are welcome to do more than one booth, especially code compliance back there. If you have 300 employees, you're welcome to have multiple booths. If we have multiple booths, we need help setting up and tearing down. And I'm going to pass it over to Ms. Brenda to tell us about recruiting volunteers. And anybody online, feel free to post in the chat as well.
Hello, I'm Brenda Murphy, and we want to make sure that the 6th of April is a wonderful day, wonderful kickoff, and that we're all very successful, but the vendors especially. So my role is to make sure that we have enough booths and tables and chairs and all of that. So I'm one of the 5. So hopefully we can get 4 other volunteers to help me make sure that the booths are set up in time. We would like everyone to set the booths up like around 10, so by 11:30, you're good to go, you're ready to go to feed the people and all of that. So with that, I need 2 people in the morning, preferably at 10, so we can set the booths up, and then for tear down, to come down maybe like about 12:30 to help stick around and make sure everything is clean and 2 o'clock, I'm sorry, to make sure everything is torn down and presentable as we found it. So if you are one of those people that don't mind helping me with that, to make sure that's done, I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Question, Brenda, is every booth gonna get like a 6-foot table? And if
Yes,
so, where are those coming from?
we have half of the tables coming from property management, I believe, and the other half is coming from the convention center.
Okay, well then I volunteer code to set them all up since they're gonna send 300 people.
You heard it first, Code. Thank you, Richard.
So just a couple more things. If you're selling, has anybody done a garage sale recently? Okay, the worst thing is you end up with all $20 bills, and then somebody wants to buy something that costs $3. So I would suggest you bring a bank of cash, small bills, lots of 1s and 5s. There will be a lot of people who don't carry cash. How many of you actually carry cash? You carry cash with you? Okay, there's like 2 people in the room. I would suggest you have somebody in your department that can accept Venmo or Zelle or Cash Apps, just one phone that can take that money. Yes, ma'am. Apple Pay. I mean, what do you think? Okay, who uses Zelle? Raise your hand if you use Zelle. Okay, we got about 1/4 of the people. How about the Cash App? Okay, almost half. Apple Pay. Okay, so I maybe have a couple people that accept a few different things because you don't know how people are going to pay. But I would make sure you have that. If you need power, I'll bring some power strips and a couple extension cords. I'd bring extra just in case. What did we decide on table coverings, Brenda?
Oh, you need to bring your own.
Bring your own table covering, whether it's a plastic sheet or a tablecloth. If you're keeping food hot, outside of using the canned sterno, be careful because they tend to blow out. If you're going to be grilling, let us know. We'll put you on the end so the smoke can go. We will also be judging the most creative, the most innovative booths. There'll be bragging rights for that. So make it fun, make it exciting. After this meeting, we'll send a calendar invite to everyone that works for the city of Fort Worth, and we should be good. Oh, and we would ask you to bring, if you're handling food, bring some gloves, get like 100 pair of gloves, the disposable ones, and then a little sanitizer for people, and you can put it on your booth. Okay, any questions? Anybody online have any questions or concerns? I think we're good. Anybody in the room?
Quick comment.
Yes.
Probably still have some out with consent items.
Excellent. Can we get them from you?
That's what I'm-
Okay, yeah, and can you let me know? If so, we'll come and pick up a bottle. We could use, I don't know, 40, if you have 40 bottles, we'll get a bottle for everybody.
Well, they're fine, they're not purchasing, but-
Yes. Okay, cool.
All right, now we will pass it over to Allison Rich to talk to us about the silent auction websites. Allison. You gonna pull it up? You gonna pull up the website? I'll stand right here.
Hey, before you start,
Go ahead, Richard.
who's got the water and the soft drinks?
Development Services.
Hey, do you want to partner with planning and data analytics? Think about it.
Sure.
Uh,
Or
yeah,
how
'cause-
about if we
Well-
have one on each side?
Good idea. Okay. Excellent. We'll do that.
Okay.
Okay, so silent auction is, as it sounds, it's just another way to earn money, raise funds for the United Way. And so Carlo is pulling up the site. It is actually on our intranet, and I wrote down, so if anyone has access to internet, it's super easy. It's listed under employee information, online auctions. You go to the admin menu, you go to add auction items, and all of you guys have access to that site.
Can you
So-
walk us through that though?
Mhm.
Yeah, let me pull it up here. Hang on just a second. Sorry. Let's do that. And I gotta get that. Hang on, let me cancel the PowerPoint. That's just messing us up. Okay. See if this works. Okay. Is this the site? No, this is not the site. What's the silent auction site?
Wait, on the internet,
Mhm.
CFW.
.org. I think I actually have it here.
There
There
you
you
go.
go. So yeah, so I'm showing where it's going.
Okay.
Yeah, show them the top of it.
You're here, you go down and it's
Support information, online
Down here.
offerings. And then, let's see, you don't have access, so, but that's okay.
That's
So
right.
you would go here. And then there's a button because you all have admin access. So you actually can add auction items. Super easy when you click that add auction items. You would put your item title, whatever you call it, you know. I don't gift card to Starbucks gift card basket. The donor, so your department, description, whatever you want to, however way you want to describe your item. Make it sound super fun, you know, because you're wanting to get people interested, the retail value, then you would put the minimum bid, and we typically say start at $5. And then minimum bid increment, whatever you want, and then that's it. So that's how you add your items, and if you guys have any issues when you actually go to do it, you can email me or call me. And that is pretty much it. You can add items now, and go ahead. Yes.
Where do you have the photo?
That is a good question. I've actually never entered. Okay, we'll look at that, and that is, yeah, that's a site that actually is,
I can't remember where it was.
to be honest, I don't know because I've never added anything, but I'll check, and IT handles that site, so I'll ask them. Unfortunately, we can't look back at old ones to see how to do it, so, but that's pretty much it. If anyone has any questions, I will attempt to answer. Otherwise, I can check with IT.
Marshall, do you have the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I need to talk with someone. Yeah, who should be the one-on-one contact for coordinators to look at the silent auction and make sure they know how to do it?
I mean, you can contact me and then I can just find out. I can go through IT. So you can contact me.
Where does it go live?
It goes live April 1st. And then it's through April 28th at 5 p.m. But you can start adding items whenever you want. And
Hey,
then
Allison,
yes.
question, do you know
Yeah.
how much we've raised on these online auctions in past years?
That is a good question. I don't know. I do a couple of tips that I have is really I've just set these up and then just let everybody kind of do their thing. So I don't know. You know, you can auction off whatever. You can auction off gift cards or movie tickets or whatever, but just keep in mind, like, kind of think big, like obviously bigger ticket items are going to get more money. And so I looked back just to see, I really couldn't find information about any old ones. We've had the couple that I know we've done ride to school on a fire truck or have lunch with the police chief. Those were actually ones that were up for auction. But it's pretty much, I think they've done like, you know, overnights at local hotels and spa, whatever you guys, just be creative and whatever, you know, whatever you want to enter, whatever you think might get money, do it. So, anybody else have questions?
And then when they pay here and the money goes into United Way fund?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All goes to the department.
Correct. It goes to the department that the item it belongs to. And you'll put that when you enter your item, you'll put your.
So we get credit. Okay.
You'll get credit. Yes.
And the department actually has to collect.
Yes. Any other questions? No. Okay. Thank you.
I'm on the website now, and there's not a current one yet for the United Way. I do see the admin menu, but I don't see a current auction yet.
Yeah, it's not current. It's.
And if I try to go and add items, it takes me to a one that was already started, like a sample one that someone put in there that says United Way Employee Campaign.
Okay.
Starts April 1.
Yeah.
Should say if it says 2023, that's gonna be the one that will go live April
Oh,
1st. It's
what
set,
I,
it's set up, it's just not, it's sort of hidden right now.
oh, okay.
Only you guys can see it and add items to it.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next up, we have the event calendar website. So Karen, come on up. And I've got it here. Would you like me to share it so they can see it? Or do you want to?
I've got, cities loaded inside the book.
Yeah, you may just unplug and put it in your, well, it's gonna disconnect my Zoom. So do you, is there a way?
Loading into the cities.
You know what I can do? Here's, let's do this. If you turn the computer on, I can just do it on the screen there. And let's try this.
Turn around.
Yeah. All right, let's make this. Hang on just a second. It's gonna take some MacGyvering here. We're going to do this one.
Is this wireless?
Yeah, it's just on my phone.
I set up the desk.
Sideways.
Let's try this. Is that better?
Hurry up. Karen's got to get back to work.
Can y'all see that online?
Yes.
I'll put it up here in just a second. All right, let's try this. Can you see that? All right, go for it. Do you mind doing it there? Sorry, no, it's not there. This is my full MacGyver mode here.
This is Karen. That is the URL you're going to be using. Can you see the HTTPS /admin opencities.com? That's going to be your initial login location for the application. And you all should have access to it. And what you're going to enter is you're going to enter your email address as well as your computer password. Once again, it's just going to be your email address. It's not going to be your user ID for logging into the city, but it's going to be your email and your computer password. Once you get there, you're going to actually be logging into Open Cities. You're probably going to land on your dashboard initially. You need to click on Pages to go to Pages. And all of you will have access to United Way folders according to which department you're in. As soon as it refreshes, back in here. It's going to be under Roundup. And there's going to be a folder called United Way. When initially we come in here, you might see View Child Pages. If you click on this, you can see all the folders underneath there. But once you're into United Way, you're going to be able to extend the arrow. I'm going to go into Parks because I just created an event for them. If they had a flyer prepared. And it's the kickoff for the event for Sticky Ricky is what this one is. So in order to edit it, I just kind of filled everything in right now. You can see how everything is going to be grayed out initially. You just use the update button.
And there's a request online. Could you do a step-by-step on step 1, go here, step 2, click here for the folks?
Yes, I think I actually created a guide that I can send over to all of you. I don't know. I think I sent it over to you, but I'll find it and I'll send it over to everybody with the step-by-step. So it'll be just a guide. So remind everybody what this is. Okay, this is going to be for the United Way calendar, which we have a United Way page. I'm going to round up. And it's gonna be populating here, depending on each individual event that you enter, such this one right here is kickoff event security. So they're gonna be able to click on it, and they're gonna be able to go to the actual event that you entered in there with any kind of information you want to put in here, including any kind of file attachments, et cetera, et cetera. So what I'm preparing here is basically just a calendar to present on our roundup page for United Way. And each, as I said, each department will have their own folder. And each department will have their own event, which I've already preset a lot of events for y'all. You just literally need to come in here, update it, fill in the information where the fields are available to you once you select the update button. And you're going to be able to come in here and change the event location. In this case, this was City Hall with the address, and it will create a map for you by entering the information here. You will also be able to put in some event host information if you want to, like contact information. You can also, in case it does get canceled, you would just check this box right here. But we don't want to cancel anything. And then at this point, you're not going to have to fill out all these fields. Just kind of look at these fields and kind of figure out, here's where you're going to set the date. We know this is a single date, so you can set it for any specific date that you want by using this calendar that's built into Open Cities. The time and date here. And of course, you just click on it, change the date, the time, end time, and you're good to go. So now that you've created the page, you're going to be able to preview it before you publish it and see what it looks like. So any changes you make to any of the copy of location will all show up here, and it will build a map for you with the location of your event. So once this is published, everything is set up for you. The only fields you really need to concentrate on are these basic ones here and the body section in case you want to put anything in there. And that is what's going to populate this calendar dynamically, basically. Is that April? Yeah. So I've got 2 of them going on just for test. Like I've got the Spring Bazaars, started working on that. And then one of the kickoff events for security.
Karen, could you go through where it's located again, like from click on department and then sure all the subcategories?
Yes. Okay, so once you come in here, you're gonna be in the pages of Open Cities. And in here, you're gonna see United Way.
Wait, okay, so it's not under department?
No, it's gonna be just under United Way, because I was grouping all of the events together, so it shows up on Roundup only, and not on our main calendar. All right, so, and then you're gonna have individual department folders. And there's everybody that is assigned to city attorney or city secretary will have access to their individual folder. And each folder will also have what I created in here on Parks and Recreation, for example, a page. Each one of you will have a page in here that you can update and edit and post with all the information that you need in there. Now, as far as adding images, you can add images in there. I've gone ahead and put in the basic logo for United Way in case you don't want to put an image in there, but you can also attach files in here too. You can load the files within this under our file location under your folder, or you can load it or you can add a URL into your page if you have another source that you want to present your document on, as long as it's available to the public, or I should say to the employees. So if you have any questions on that, I can show you how to do that as well.
Any questions?
That's pretty much it. And I'm available to help.
Excellent.
And then once you get used to working with it, you're going to find that it's a lot easier to work with. And it'll be easy.
Perfect. So if you have questions, so Karen, just a question, if someone wants to do, I guess let's back up. Why would a department want to do an event? Why would a department want to do an event? Because we're competing against departments, right? We want to raise, our goal is $105,000. So we want to raise That's how much we raised the last campaign as a city. So we want to, number one, bust $105,000. Number two, your department wants to win and get bragging rights and a big special present that Dana hasn't told me what it is. Hasn't told me if there will be a present, but I think there will be. So Dana, there will be a present to the department that raises the most per employee, because some departments like code have 300 and some departments like, what's a small department? IT has, audit has a handful, right? So it's per employee. And so that's why it's important to go online and promote your events. And Karen has agreed to, if you need a step-by-step, or even, can they reach out to you directly, Karen? Okay. If you want to do an event, Karen is at your disposal. Thank you so much, Karen. Okay, now next we will go back to Miss Brenda Murphy, who will talk to us about the Spring Bazaar. Let me get this set and I'll share this on Zoom again. Go ahead, and I'll share as you talk.
Okay. Once again, I would like to talk about a Spring Bazaar. And this is an open invitation to our employees in-house, as well as any outside vendors who would like to participate. It's going to be April the 14th, and it will be from 11 to 1 p.m. on the second floor of City Hall. And this is a great opportunity to bring out your talents, to let it rip. So bring it out, and if you are a person who likes to cook, if you have a great eye for art or jewelry, whatever you want to do, this will be your opportunity to do so. This bazaar in 21, and we did an incredible job. People had a lot of fun. They bought food. They got an opportunity to sample different things, but most their name and what their items will be. We'll make sure you have a table set up, and you will get a chair, table. Again, you bring your own tablecloths. Let me know what you want to do. I'll need this information though by April the 5th, so I can make sure that we have all of the pertinent information so that, again, we all can be successful. But I'm excited. I hope you'll be stoked. I hope you will put your best feet forward, and let's do this for United Way. Thank you.
11 to 1 or 11:30?
This will be from 11 to 1. Yes, ma'am. Oh, and I also wanted to be later on in the month, we have an opportunity. How many like games, like Family Feud? I love that game. So we'll also have an opportunity to do Family Feud. It's an opportunity to do, I think it's 5 people per team for that. And I'm not sure exactly what the entry fee will be for that, but we'll get back with that. But it's Family Feud, and the other game is going to be Name That Tune. Yes, so Name That Tune. So get your teams together, and we're gonna go all the way there. We're gonna have so much fun and sing, because a lot of times at home it's easy to play because you're at home. But when you're standing up and your thoughts sit down, that's when the rubber meets the road. So I'm telling you, get your best team together and let's do this. April the 14th will be the booth, will be the Spring Bazaar, and we'll get back with everyone who is interested in doing either Family Feud or Name That Tune. Make the best team win. Thank you.
All right, so a lot of activities, a lot of events coming up, a lot of planning work going on. So I know it's quite a lot, but we wanted to make sure we were having this conversation and generating these ideas as soon as we could for everybody to get ready for the campaign itself. So let me stop for a minute and just see if there are questions. Oh, great, thank you. So here are the key dates. So April 1st, campaign start, kickoff the 6th, that's a Thursday. Our next meeting, we'll talk about in just a minute, on Tuesday, April 11th. The Spring Bazaar on Friday the 14th. The campaign ends at the end of the month. The deadline to report your fundraising is May 12th. Monique Gorwinski, and then June 9th is when the first payroll deduction will happen for the employees who are getting through the payroll. So questions at this point? We'll send out make sure we send out the website links for the assignment auction and the event calendar, as well as the guides for how to use those websites. Other thoughts or questions that you might have? And let me check and see if there's anybody online who's raised a hand.
Dana, a quick question. I may have gotten into the game late, but do we have like the 2 or 3 year history of each department and our goal? And
yeah, so
has that gone out?
Yeah, we can send out to everybody what we had for the last campaign. It's actually multiple years all in one spreadsheet. So you can see by department what each department has raised over the last, I think, 4 years or so. So you can see, you can use that to then base your 2023 goal on that, or whatever year you choose. But as Carla mentioned, we definitely want to beat the amount we had the last couple of years. It's been a little over 100,000. We'd like to get above that. So we're excited about the opportunity because this will be our first in-person employee kickoff in a long time. So we think that'll help everybody get the momentum going. Okay, so let me talk about the next coordinator meeting. We thought we would go ahead and make that virtual just because, y'all will be busy in the midst of the campaign. Don't want to make you have to, come down here to a special building. We've had to pick the date of April 11th, but we wanted to see if there were particular times that worked best for the most people. So just looking at the calendar, get my readers back on here. So on April 11th, we were looking generally between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. But let me check with Carlo, Brenda, Allison, Karen, others. Y'all want to shout out a particular time or date, whatever's better for y'all. 3 o'clock is being suggested. Let me see, folks online, you want to chime in if you've got a different time or concern with 3 o'clock? I got a thumbs up from somebody. Oh, from Janie, I think. Thank you, Janie.
You're welcome.
All right, going once. Carlo, you got something?
Once we confirm the date, I've got a question.
Okay, so let's.
Just the only thing, Dana, there's a infrastructure council committee at 4. We should be done.
We should, yeah. Monty, you okay with 3 o'clock? Understanding the infrastructure committee at 4? Yeah, we should be good. Okay, thank you, Richard. So let's plan on Tuesday, April 11th at 3 p.m. We'll have a virtual meeting. We just thought it'd be a good time to touch base, middle of the month, see how things are going after the kickoff. If you're, making sure you've got questions answered with regard to the auction, other events. Yes, ma'am.
Just to be clear, on the bazaar and then on the April 6th kickoff as well, we don't have to bring tables, that'll be provided.
Correct. Tables. So the question was both for the kickoff, the employee kickoff on April 6th and the bazaar on Friday, April 14th. We wanted to confirm that yes, the city team, Brenda Murphy and others will provide the tables for those events. So you do not need to bring your own tables. You will need to bring your own table coverings, as well as if you have food handling, gloves, and so forth. All right, Carla, you said another question?
There's a question online about David Madrano wants to know last year's bogey that his department of internal audit is supposed to beat. So could we send out
yes
the departments raised the last year
yes
and challenge them to beat it, and so they know what that number is?
Yes, exactly. So we'll send out the spreadsheet that has the United Way campaign performance by department for the last few years. So y'all have a chance to look at that and see what that is.
In general, at the kickoff, we're inside, right?
No, we're outside on the plaza. Yep.
So we're outside.
Yep.
So we can't assume like there's a wall behind us. We may just be free form. So if we want to have signage, it might be on an easel or.
Correct. Yeah, you can either prop it on the table or lean it on the table or have a stand. Yep, have an easel. Yeah. So so if you're familiar with current City Hall, we've got that north end, that north plaza, that's where the main action will be. And the tables will kind of start there and then wrap around into the breezeways on either side of that north plaza. But we won't have anybody go too far down, right? We'll just try to keep everybody, there'll be booths on both sides of those breezeways, those walkways, to try to keep the energy all together. All right, yes, ma'am.
I have an all employee meeting coming up. Would you or Carla like to?
Yes, yes, we would like to come talk to all employee meetings or division meetings or whatever portion. Yes, we would like to do that. Do you know when it is?
I do. It is Wednesday, March 22nd
Okay.
at 1 p.m. At the
Yes.
Garden.
Yes, I'm available.
You're available?
Mhm. Yeah, if you don't mind, that'd be great. Yeah, I'll be happy to cover that. All right. Thank you all very much. Appreciate your time. Let us know if we can help. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dana, for doing this again.
You bet.
All right, I can hang up, I guess.